Hello guys, and welcome back to the season finale, Tier 4, and we are in Brazil, and all eyes will be pointed to those Alfa Romeos of Tim and Max Duca, the teammates fighting it out in the last race of the season in a wet Brazil, and I couldn't do this race alone, and someone's jumped in nice and late, and in a fantastic race to do it. Hello Weasel, how are you doing today?
Good evening, Davey. Thank you for having me. I'm doing pretty good actually. Really looking forward to the race, see how this championship ends up between, like you said, the two Alfa Romeos. So let's head into quali and see who's going to take pole.
Absolutely, and yes, we're actually seeing all the drivers out right now on soft tyres, so we are still in quote-unquote dry conditions, which means it could be a one-shot here, so we're going to have to stay nice and eyes peeled to, of course, the two championship runners, contenders, but we also have to look towards the rest of the field and see what they can do. A lot of them could maybe even spoil the party today. Of course, Tim is 2 points ahead of Max, and if Tim just beats Max on track, he is the championship winner. Of course, Max Duca is going to have to finish in the points and ahead of Tim to win the championship. So we will have to wait and see what happens in this race. We have Cine and Artem and Epic all on the medium tyre, which is a bold strategy. Of course, we can see a bit of rain, so the grip's not going to be there, but we're going to have a look and see if you would like to take us through a lap as Tim is about to start his.
Let me go on board with him now. Yes, he's exiting the last corner, so he's going on to one of the big straights, which actually a few corners, but let's count it as a straight, taking as much meters as possible to take as much speed into the lap he starts right now, going into turn 1, into the Senna SS, trying to compromise turn 1 to get a good exit for the other two turns and for the second DRS straight. Let's see if he can still open this DRS. I think he can, since he's on the softs. Yes, DRS is open, so he is going to turn 4, braking not that hard actually. You can take a lot of speed into the corner, and now he's going into sector 2 to the technical section. Actually, yeah, it's very important to choose the right setup here. Do you go for a lot of downforce, or do you go for the top speed on the quick straights? Here, a hard braking zone going into second gear. Well, we have a left hairpin here, going to another right hairpin. A lot of hairpins in turn 2. Here the exit is pretty important, since you can go flat out here until the end of sector 2. I don't know if it's still flat out in the rain, but he is setting up a decent lap. He had a purple sector 1, not a purple sector 2. So let's see where he can bring it on the exit of the final corner, taking as much speed, driving less meters as possible, staying as close to the, he's not staying that close to the inside line. Now crossing the line, and he sets down a
P5 only.
12.
So Tim had a bit of a moment on that last sector. You can see more buckets onto the inter tyres. Clearly not happy with his driving in these dry tyres, but Owen is vibing. Been up there for the last couple of races. Had a big massive battle with McNeish, and there was a bit of afters between them as well, but it's nice to see Tier 4 nice and feisty, as we hopefully will see that as well. But the two championship contenders struggling out here. Tim getting the lap in P5, but crucially Max Duca not being able to get a lap in, and he is into the second and nearly final sector here. And can he get a lap in, or is he going to go into the pits? I haven't been watching him, but let us see if he's going to continue to the line. He is blinking, so it looks like, oh, he's still got 70% DRS. He's got the DRS open. He's definitely going for a lap. Where is this going to put him? This is crucial for track position. It's going to be the 112s. He just gets in front of his teammate. 1/10 in front, and that is huge for the title. We have a yellow flag in sector 1. It's actually Tim.
Yeah, that's just a slow driving car, nothing wrong there. But yeah, like you said, the two championship contenders, 1/10. I don't know what the weather is going to do, if it will clear up. According to how many cars we see on track, I think rain is only getting to get worse, so I don't think we're going to see a lot of improvements here. So this might as well be the grid for now. And wait, oh jeez, I was like, am I seeing this wrong? But Owen is almost a second quicker than P2.
He is,
he's
yes.
On a very good position now.
He's been absolutely fine. Clearly these conditions are help. He's got another purple sector 2 in this lap. He is absolutely loving these conditions. You can see, you know, the standard time, your 107, 106s for proper dry conditions. You can see the drivers are in 112s, 113s. So you can see there's a complete lack of grip out in track. And Owen goes faster just though. Lost a lot of time in probably the first and third sector there. But yes, still improving on his time. And a lot of these drivers need to just pump the fuel into the car and keep going round. And I think that's the best strategy here. But you can see all those medium runners at the start all have decided to just throw them off and put the sauce on and try and go for grid position. I think that's a good strategy.
Yeah, and in the meantime, Helium DNF'd into Sector 2. He hit the wall at the exit of turn... I don't know. It's the penultimate turn of Sector 2, the hairpin, where currently Cine is driving. Pin it into the wall, so... No, it wasn't Cine. Oh well, at least he will start probably P last. I know a guy retiring as well now. I think weather's going get worse now.
It does look like it's raining heavier, and we're on board with Epic Dusk, who hasn't validated and is on an out lap. He hasn't currently set a time, so let's just see. On board with Epic Dusk, who has been improving week on week, and he was looking forward to maybe getting right up there in the podium. And you can see he's all over the place right now, squirming more than I don't know what yet, maybe a snake maybe, but we're going to keep going and see what he can do on this lap, and see what his first sector time is going to be. He is tentative into the first turn, down into second, up to third, shifting up quite quickly, trying to keep the grip in the car, but you can see he's just got nothing, got absolutely nothing. The rain's starting to pelt it down, and that's what I wished for at the end of the Tier 3 race, but it never came. So we'll have to see what the race in Tier 4 will be. Will the sun come out, or will it be wet conditions? Are all these drivers on wet setups, or are they on their dry setups? And it looks like he's invalidated again, and he is going to be starting from the back, because that weather is getting worse and worse.
Yeah, we've seen it on his throttle pedal on the telemetry. He cannot push full flat out of the center S's without spinning. So yeah, track is really bad right now, at least for the slicks.
Something we have missed now is Tim has got himself into P3. Just missed his lap there, and he's back in the prime position to win this championship. 3 places ahead of his teammate on track, and his teammate's in the pits, and I think, you know, that's going to be the starting position. And Tim's pulled out Cine going fastest. Is the track starting to ramp up again? This is insane to watch here. It's Cine with an incredible lap in the P1. I don't know what's happening, to be honest with you. I don't know what this track is doing, but clearly it's still drivable out there.
We've seen everyone struggle so much, but still Cine managing to get that P1. Well, actually everything we said was just so wrong. Probably the track is either evolving or Cine just drove to the lap of his life, I don't know.
It looks like a track's evolving because we're watching on board with Cine again. It looks like he's going again. He had a purple first sector. So on screen it looks like the track is raining and there's damp patches around, but clearly it seems to be drying up. It's only a bit of a drizzle right now. So we'll see in the Sector 2 time as he comes through here. Has Cine improved on his time? He is
3 tenths quicker
he's
again.
3 tenths quicker again. This is incredible.
He's getting into the 110s if he keeps going like this.
And Tim has dropped down to P4 as Rubinik pits from P3. Rubinik up in P3, which is a fantastic result for him. Cine another fastest lap. Those drivers all need to get out on track because this seems like the track is just amping up. And you can see the 2 championship rivals out on track together, and Max Duca is starting this lap. And let's just go through this lap. This is a crucial lap for the championship. He's in P9 right now. His teammate's in P4. What can he do? And I'll take you through a wee lap of wet Brazil on dry tyres. Precarious to say the least. This track is very demanding. You don't want to invalidate here. And Max Duca very, very cautious through that first sector, but keeps and tries to hit all the apexes there. So we're going to see how much is he up on this time. He needs to keep his cool. He's nearly 3 tenths up. So that will be putting him up towards him right now. And now he just needs to finish this lap and keep that gap up. And let's see where he can put this car. He does have an Aston Martin in front of him. Possibly given dirty era is Rubinik in P3. But gets out of the way nicely as he's going to go into second gear. You know, it's sometimes beneficial to stay in third gear for those 2 turns to get the flow of the corner. But opt in for lower gears to get that turn in properly due to the lack of grip. and he's back in the second for this last hairpin, and now it's all about the grip and trying to flow out through this corner. Has a bit of a moment there, but he's all pinned his throttle, full throttle. Purple second sector, 1 second nearly up. Where is Max Duca going? Is he going to put this pole? Is Max Duca pulled this one out? And he's going to put a pole. It's all about this straight line speed in the last sector. Doesn't cut the line, and he's all bombing it to the end. Max Duca, P3.
Well, that lap was really good. His car absolutely looked glued to the track with these conditions. So either he was taking it pretty cautiously, or he just found the right setup. He did some tweaks in the pits. But is he going immediately for another one? I don't see. He is improving by half a tenth again. So
that's incredible. The drivers.
Oh,
did he have a moment as I'm watching Tim go P4? Oh dear, these boys cannot be separated on track. And yes, there is nearly 3 tenths in between them. But right now, there's only one position on track, and they're going to be lining up side by side on the second row of the grid with Cine and Owen is vibing, showing these guys up a little bit on their when the stars are all looking at them. But we're looking at Ponway. This Ponway absolutely flies past him onto a flyer. What can Ponway do? P9 currently. A driver that we have seen, I think, in every single race. Had ups and downs. He's been up near the front, and I've seen him had a few calamities during this season. But let's see if Ponway can put that all behind him and get a fantastic result in Brazil. We've not actually had too many wet races in Tier 4, but let us see what Ponway can do in these wet, treacherous conditions. This is really where the drivers are really tested, because you're on a tyre that isn't really for these conditions, but it's still the fastest, so you're going to have to just control the squirms and try and find every bit of time, every bit of dry part of the track you can reach. And Ponway's 3 tenths up, so this is going to put Ponway up the order as well. Ponway using all the track right now. Jim Wong will not be happy, and Ponway goes P8 with a 4 tenths improvement.
Meanwhile, Owen starting a new lap. Obviously, he was the first who went into the low 111s, and he already set a time. He was 800s quicker according to the telemetry.
That is strange.
I don't know. In that, I thought he was on an out lap.
Yeah, he was on an out lap. He did not go to pole, but let's see what his first sector time is. And Weasel, I don't think we've driven too much in this. Obviously, in Austria when it rained in Tier 3. You had this where did you pit for inters and it was still drier, or it was the other way around? Anyway, it's hard for these guys on track to really find where to get the time, especially when your car's just ready to oversteer, understeer, squirm all about. Is there any things these drivers can do to stop that from happening?
Yes and no. I mean, obviously Park Fermé is enabled, so they cannot do anything more than a front wing adjustment or tire pressures to change on their current setup. By the way, Owen is 2 tenths improving, so let's see where he can end up on his lap. But more than those tweaks they cannot do. Ooh, he's cutting the line, so I think that's a penalty if it gets reported. But he goes to P1. 110.8, 2 tenths quicker than Cine at the moment.
That's a very good lap from Owen. No, Owen's. Oh, he's lost it. He's lost it.
But he's keeping it out of.
He's done a Charles Leclerc in Monaco. But yeah, he is alive.
He is.
But yes, you're correct there. It's extremely hard for the drivers to make any altercations. With Park Fermé on, they went out on track expecting it to be okay for dries, and possibly, we've seen the track improve or stay the same. I can't really actually tell. It's been drizzling throughout this whole qualifying session, but it has thrown up the order a bit with, especially, the Alfa Romeos, P4 and P5. You'd expect to see them probably 1, 2, or at least in the top 3, but a new person that I've not seen before is Yoon in P3. Very, very respectable time of a 111.2. Showing exactly what he can do, to be honest with you. Maybe he's changed his name, but I have not seen this man before. And currently P3, and he is he's had a bit of a moment there. Not a great lap for him, but impressing there. People that are having a bit of a shocker as I swap to Philotics as he absolutely bins it into the wall. Talking about shockers, Philotics. He was in Tier 3 yesterday, and he didn't have a bad race, to be honest with you. It's good, to race in the higher tiers to get some practice, but clearly these conditions are getting the better of him. The likes of Artem You know, we've seen him actually get pole in tier 3, pole in tier 4. He's just sitting in the pit lane. I'm not sure if he's completed a lap or not, but yeah, Artem probably going for a 0 to hero challenge there. And of course we've got our friend Bloth in P14 who has retired from the session, and it looks like he's got it all to do, but especially if it is a dry race, he'll be on those favoured medium tyres.
Both Alphas now starting I think their final lap. Tim already into sector 1 at the exit of the center edges. Now can he improve on his sector 1? He is not opening the DRS, he already gave up his lap. Then we go back to Max now starting his lap.
He's invalidated.
He already invalidated. Well, then they have, I think, one more shot.
Yeah,
with 2 minutes left.
And it really depends how much fuel they actually have in their car. Have they fueled for that extra lap, or have they had a bit of a bottle? And that will be the qualifying position. We're looking to see if there's anyone actually on the lap right now. There is Ewan, who is on a lap, so let's see what he can do. Of course, Epic's got a new teammate. Epic actually made his way up into P6, so it's a good result from Epic. You know, he's got Ian has a bit of a squirm there, but Epic up into P6, and it's not a bad starting position for him. I am excited to see, of course, next season we'll have more telemetry options, and hopefully I'll know what the race is going to have in store for us. But if there is a wet race, you know, more buggers just sitting on track in the grass there, it's very strange to see. But Ian coming through the last sector, but like I said, he stopped his lap. But yeah, the medium tyre, if it is a dry race, is actually the beneficial tyre to be on, because you can go long and then get pit maybe lap 20, 22, and then just you'll be so much faster on the softs at the end of the race, especially if there's a late safety car, which we've seen in tier 4 ever so often.
Him just exited the sector 1 and he was 2/10 down on his time, so either he had a very bad sector or track is getting worse. However, Max Duca, he is improving by 1.5 tenths already in sector 1, so this is going to be nice until the end of the qualifying.
Yes, and Tim is now, as we can see, a role reversal. There's been a switch back in the qualifying favourites for this championship, as Max Duca is up on his final lap time, and Tim currently need to find some absolute insane power here in the final sector. As qualifying has ended, Tim, you need to give it everything in this final sector to get across that line, get a few more positions, or you're going to be behind Max at the starting grid. And where is Tim going to finish here? As he comes across the line, he hasn't improved, so he's P6, while Max Duca 2/10 up. That will put Epic Dusk into P4 as well. So I'll just put down Max Duca 4 in the meantime, but where is he going to finish?
Might be P3. It is a P3.
Oh!
He lines up on the second row. That's a pretty good result for him compared to his teammate in P7.
And that is huge. Max Duca 4 whole positions ahead of his teammate, and Tim's given himself it all to do in the race, but we know with the Brazil race anything can happen. Think back to the Vettel Championship in Brazil where he won it after spinning in turn 1. You never know what's going to happen on this track, especially if there's rain in the air this weekend.
Yeah, look at the tires everyone's in. Obviously the entire top 1 starting on the softs, but Ewan's softs already 5 laps old. He's going to have to pit really early or his tires will completely blow out, so that's going to be spicy in the race.
That is, and it's strange to see a driver commit 5 laps on the soft tyre for a qualifying session, but we will see if it is going to be starting raining or will it be dry in the race. Weasel, I would ask you if you could open the chat in case there is anyone talking to us that we are ignoring, but I'll run you through the order real quick. Owen is Biden, continuing his hot streak in this tier 4 tier. P1, Cine P2, fantastic result for him. Max Duca P3, crucial. Ewan P4, a newcomer in P4, although he has 5 laps on those softs. Epic Dusk, giving him a fantastic chance to finish into the podium position for the first time this season. Rubinek P6, P7 for Tim, he's got a lot of work to do. Ponway P8, Aaron P9, Daniel P10 running out your top 10. Of course we have I know a guy in P12, Philodix in P11, and the rest didn't have enough time for, but they will possibly be starting on the medium tyre as we get into the race. But I don't know about you, but this wet/dry qualifying has really thrown up the order a bit, and both the Alfa Romeos have a lot of overtaking to do. Less so for Max, but we will see what will happen in the race. It is dry, so yes, Ewan will be in trouble. But have you got any predictions, Weasel, of what will happen in this race? Of course, you don't know the drivers that well, but is there anyone you think has really impressed you this race? Who's going to win and who's going to win the championship?
Who is going to win and who's going to win the championship? That is a really good one. I just don't like that I cannot see the list of drivers now. But obviously Owen is, I've seen some races and I know Owen is a pretty decent driver. He has really consistent pace and did some good overtakes during the season. So I think with his starting position he might be on for a win right here. But obviously Max Duca, one of the quickest guys of the tiers. Yeah, I think it's going to be a feisty battle between those guys.
Yes, and I think Tim, if I were to put my input in it, I think Owen has this in the bag. He's shown extreme pace throughout this qualifying session, and he's shown extreme pace throughout this last few races of Tier 4. A few incidents is his kryptonite, but I feel like he's got the pace to win today. In terms of the championship, Max Duca's in a very, very good position. His teammates 4 places behind him, so we will have to just wait and see. But we will quickly switch into the race intro before these drivers complete their hot lap. And yes, it is Brazil, the best track to round out a season. So I think the organisers of PPR have done a great job choosing this track to round it out, as we can just see so much drama. And it is Interlagos, which is Portuguese for between lakes. So the track is 100% of Brazil's Grand Prix carbon emissions will be offset, so that's fantastic. Again, sustainability, we've seen it in a lot of the race intros throughout this season, which is fantastic news for F1, because of course you want to see F1 for many years to come. And yes, 2 DRS zones and 15 turns, so not as many turns as the likes you see in other tracks like Belgium, but yes, talking about turn 1, you can see Alonso, Webber and Massa 3 wide, and of course Alonso getting ahead, and then you can also see Force India getting past a Ferrari, which is fantastic to see as well. Turn 4, Senna and Vettel, a bit of a binge, and that is not what you want to see for Sebastian Vettel, my hero. And then finally, yes, turn 11 and 12, Norris and Leclerc. Norris and Leclerc having an absolute ding-dong battle, and of course Norris getting the better of that. But yes, soft, medium, hard, but we will just swap completely to the race, because the drivers have had a fantastic fast outlap and they're just ready to go, just as we are right now. And there's me, Davey Lee, and it is Weasel, and the lights are coming out and we will watch. And this is a crucial start from a lot of the drivers. City not representing the helmet, but Owen is absolutely gone. Where are the Alfa Romeos as Tim gets up in the P6? And I don't really know what to say right now.
Yeah, Owen obviously having a really good start there. Max losing a place, Tim gaining a place, so there are only 1 place separating those two now. But yeah, everyone's coming away really clean, so I think that's good for now. No carnage on track.
Yes,
Arturo had a really good start, starting from P17 up to P12 now.
Yes, he looks like he's absolutely fine. So is Bloff. If you look at position changes, Bloff is absolutely shot up the order as well. Is he on those medium tyres? No, Bloff is on those medium tyres. The only person on the grid with medium tyres. He's in P10 right now. And we see a binage. And Flodix has gone into the wall where he spun in qualifying. I think there was contact there. But unfortunately, Flodix has got a lot of work to do to get back up. And will Epic make a move on our championship contender? This is going to be huge, because if Epic is right on the back of Max, then Tim will be right in the backs of Max as well. So we'll just see what will Epic do coming into turn 1 here. And it doesn't look like anything is happening as of yet. We do see a move down there as Artem gains another position up in the P11. So Artem is absolutely flying, and we might see him up here.
Well, City going for the move. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but City is going for the move on Owen around the outside. He cannot get his car next to him, and that's Owen still holding on to the place. Sorry, you continue with your story.
Yeah, so Owen clearly defending for his life right now. Cine has some serious race pace, and you can see Cine still right behind, to be honest with you. So we'll just watch this top 5 battle as it is the closest battle on track. And City trying to get the track position before the DRS comes available. You need that second gap, and the one seems to be a bit of a struggle early on. I'm surprised Ewan is still P3 with those old tyres, but we will see how he fares throughout the race. But it looks like Sydney's just dropped off, but the Laxam Epic Dusk is right on the back of Max Duca. And Weasel, do you think he's going to make the move here?
I don't think yet. If he's smart, he should wait, save his ERS and go for a move with the DRS and then try to pull a gap into sector 2. But now he has obviously DRS enabled, going through the detection zone. Now he is within that second. Is he going to open his DRS? He is. He is in the slipstream using his ERS, going down the inside, and he passed.
The Haas doesn't have DRS, and it's a... Ooh, it's getting nice and feisty there, and Tim is just behind watching, hoping something's going to happen ahead of him. But at the minute, it stays all as even. As you can see, Cine has gotten the lead of this race, and Owen is vibing is now into P2. Cine into the lead, and Cine's absolutely flying.
Yeah, no disrespect to you, but on those 5 leveled softs, he definitely cannot follow Cine and Owen, and he's just keeping up Max, Epic, Tim, and everyone behind him. So I think Max has to get past him as soon as possible if he wants to have a shot at winning this race, because Cine and Owen are just cruising away right now.
Yeah, and I just seen the fantastic move by Bloff there in the P9 with those medium tyres, so we might see Bloff as well as Artem later this race. Those 2 Alpha tyres, incredible places. We're about to see a move by Max Duca on Ewan, and so is his teammate Epic Dusk following him through. And
Owen in the meantime also passing Cine again, but giving Cine DRS on the back straight.
Somehow Ewan holds
to switch position as well.
Somehow Ewan holds his position to Epic, but Epic's going to get through here. And now he's going to be pushing towards Max Duca. And Tim needs to get past Ewan as quickly as possible, as Ewan's clearly the slowest car in this group, and he's side by side. And no! Tim's had a bit of a moment and he's lost a lot of positions. And he has made contact with Ewan. Has he got damage on that car?
It doesn't look like
it. Doesn't look like it. It looks like he still has a chance, but you can't be putting your car upside, sticking your nose into that corner and expecting it to be okay. And you can see Owen is vibing and Cine having a right ding down in front as well, and Owen is back in front. What does Tim need to do, Weasel? Does he need a reset?
Well, I don't know if he has damage. I mean, visually he doesn't seem to have any damage. His front wing looks alright, but his car is pretty understeer right now. Maybe just because his tires are either warm or dirty. But he is now within the DRS, he's using his ERS, and he is not pitting. He's not within DRS either, by the way. But he's not pitting, so that suggests he does not have any damage.
No.
He's got some work to do.
He has absolutely some work to fight back through. But Max Duca also fallen back as Epic Dusk gets through. And you can see these fight for the lead, slowing each other down. That's going to allow Epic and Max to catch up to this group, as Owen has a huge moment and he nearly spins the car, but still survives for now. And every tier 4 race I have watched, there has been absolute carnage, and we're on board with Bluff, looking at Tim getting onto the back of Daniel as Tim. Oh! It's been sent up, and Ponweed sent it, and he's pushed onto the grass by Bluff. I think that was an opportunity miss. I can't even speak right now, but you know what I mean? As Ponweed has sent it up the inside, and it's not worked out at all, just like we seen with Tim.
In the front, Cine and Owen really driving the same pace. They're not giving each other a bigger gap than like half a second, and I think they're going to switch position this lap again because of the DRS. Owen opening his DRS now, going onto the start finish straight into turn 1. Is he going to send it? He's already sending it down the inside.
Yeah, it was a great move by Owen. He absolutely sent that, and you can see Ewan is on the back of Max Duca. Is Max having a bit of nerves here, because Tim is up in the P7 and Max will be down to P5. Max Duca flashing already in lap 6, and that is Ewan back past Max Duca. Max Duca not controlling his ERS at all at this section of the race, and it is costing him dearly.
Meanwhile, Cine back again into the lead, and actually the same thing has happened now for 3 laps in a row. Owen sending it into turn 1, but Cine getting DRS onto the back straight and overtaking him again in turn 4. So if Owen is smart, he should just keep between him into the center S's and go for the exit, and get him on the back straight and try to drive away into sector 2. But he has another opportunity now. DRS detection zone just passed, exiting the final corner, and he is still within that half a second.
Cine has a bit of a moment.
Did someone retire or just leave?
Oh,
no, he just left.
He just left.
Okay. Yeah.
Owen's definitely going to make a move into turn 1. We're going to see the position switch again. But these two switching positions constantly is allowing Epic Dusk to come in. And now he's only 7/10 behind Cine. And we're about to see a third member join this fight for first.
I don't know why they are doing this. I mean, it's still 30 laps of racing. You don't have to battle every lap. I mean, if you have the pace and drive away, you should get past. But these guys are so similar in pace. I think they should either work together or like one being smart and save ERS. But this is just, I mean, I love the show. Don't get me wrong, I love the show. But if I was the race engineer or their team principal, I would tell them to keep it easy from now on.
Exactly, you know, with the DRS train, you can save a considerable amount of ERS if you just don't fight. You just break away from the rest of the pack, and that allows you to fight alone at the end of the race. But you've allowed Epic to get into the battle. But I'd like to just point out, as a time, the timings are wrong at the minute, but Tim is only within 2 seconds of Max after the spin. So Tim is working his way back through, and Max is getting held up considerably as Ewan pits. Now has freed up Max Duca, but Rubinik on the back of Max Duca. Will he send it? He doesn't send it for now, and Max Duca lives to fight another day. But will he live to fight another day in the second DRS zone? As Max Duca is under considerable pressure right now. And where's Tim? Tim has fallen down to P8. What's happened there?
Not much. I think they're off. Oh, Arturo, by the way, is really quickly. He started last and he's now P70. I mean, he started P17 and now P7. If I remember correctly, when we were driving Tier 3 in Austria, Arturo M was actually the guy who took pole during that race. So I think that says enough about him.
He does.
Getting pole position in a tier higher.
Yeah, he's
he's really quick. Meanwhile, it's yellow in sector 2, and that is an Aston Martin.
It's Bloth.
Then it's AlphaTauri.
It is an AlphaTauri, and it's an Uno Bloth moment once again, as he was in a fantastic position. Yellow sector 3 as well. What has happened there is a Cine has died. Don't know what's happened there. Cine was having a fantastic race, and he has died. And a race can change just like that. As you can see, the field is starting to spread open now, and you can see AA Ronda and Cine back 3. Not really sure what is going on right now, but that has happened, and you can see Tim has pitted. Will he be getting a new wing? Let's have a look.
That's rather quick.
That was rather quick, and he's onto the hard tires, and he is out. But I feel like he had to do something, and that's what he came up with to do to get. As you can see, Max is getting held up by Rubinik. This fight is not helping Max at all. So if Tim can get some clear air and come back through the field, he might have a serious chance of getting back towards his teammate. As Max is just trying to race clean right now, but Epic Dusk and Owen. Epic Dusk racing for his first race win of the season, and can he do it?
Ewan actually pitted to new softs, currently in P14, so he's going for the soft medium strategy. He also had a purple first sector, and look at the grip compared to Bluff now. He's sending it on the outside. Can he make it last? Bluff giving him the space, and now on the inside I think he made a move here. That's a pretty epic overtake into sector 2.
What a move, and you can see just ahead Edward and I know guy fighting as well, and this is going to allow Ewan to come through. And will Ewan get a double overtake? Oh, he has to back out of it. It's getting nice and feisty for this P11 position. Will we see any incidents here as Edward dies in the pits? And I know a guy is under serious pressure from this man who is absolutely flying.
No, that's going into the wall.
Oh, is it? What? Oh, he
Epic
is.
Dusk.
And it's a safety car.
Oh my god.
Pondweed's dead as well. What has happened to Pondweed as we switch? Where's Pondweed dead? I don't know. It's on the exit of turn 1. Pondweed's clearly lost it, and he has caused a safety car. And this has saved the one who had absolutely binned it, and he has no front wing, and he's just been passed Doesn't look like it. No, AA run. Yeah, Owen's front wing is as gone as it looks like Tim's championship hopes right now in P15 with.
Tim is going to lose so many positions. He just pitted, and now everyone's out to pit during the safety car. So I think he will stay out of the top 10 maybe.
It'll be interesting to see. It'll be interesting to see what he does. Will he come into the pits and go for the medium tyre and try and race back through the pack and hope for a later safety car? Will he stay on these hard tyres and hope that he'll only be able to get up to maybe P9, looking at the driver map here, as everyone's diving into the pits, absolutely everyone, and
well, the mediums can't make 26 laps, so they either...
What's happened to Tim?
They're putting new softs, so it's soft, medium what they're going to do.
I've not...
Some guys are going soft, medium, soft, I think then, because 26 laps is way too much for a medium tyre.
I don't believe what I've just seen. I've just seen Tim stop on the racetrack, clearly deciding what to do, panicking. Tim clearly under a significant amount of pressure. How many positions is he going to lose? Because he's stopped on track, and he's going to have to absolutely bomb it through this last sector to try and get in front of as many drivers as he can. And he's only 3 positions behind his teammate.
But it's actually still pretty good then. Then his outlap was pretty good. If he just...
It's very strange because he's stopped on track, maybe getting the delta up so he can absolutely send it in the first sector there. But this is wide open now. This championship, the two Haas drivers 1 and 2, they've both gone for the fast strategy of the soft. Clearly expecting another safety car. Rubinek on the softs as well. So the man under pressure will be Max Duca, as he's got a very, very fast driver right behind him in Arton.
I know a guy getting a 3-second time penalty under a safety car, so I don't know what happened there, but that's not something you want.
Not something you want. But in what we have seen from Tier 4 Riesel is when there's a safety car out, it's probably the most dangerous time for these drivers, as we've seen a lot of drivers bin it under the safety car, a lot of drivers crashing into each other under the safety car, and they just really need to take it easy. That's what a safety car is about. Warm up your tyres, keep them nice and warm for that safety car restart. But I don't know if these Haas drivers...
Meanwhile, Jim Wong telling in chat, mediums can make it from here. There will be 72%, so yes, they can make it. But if your tire degradation is that high, I think maybe bidding another time for new softs might even be quicker. But who knows? Let's see what the strategy for Max, Arturo and Daniel is. Also for Cinny and Owen. Owen, who was on the hards, but now pitting again to the mediums. That's rather strange as well.
That is very strange. Clearly not trusting his decision to go into those hard tyres. Deciding to lose track position to go into those faster medium tyres to go to the end. Maybe hearing Jim Wong's words there and going for those medium tyres, but it's opened up this race. A lot of drivers on different strategies. Of course, Max currently maybe P1 with the strategy he's on right now. Of course, Rubinek, Ewan and Epic will have to pit again, but when we've always seen with Tier 4, there's going to be collisions, there's going to be action, there's going to be drama, and Tim can see his teammate just ahead, and he has been saved by the safety car.
I must say, normally I'm not a huge fan of the hards. They feel really inconsistent in this game. But yesterday I accidentally pitted to the hards as well in Tier 3, and on this track they actually feel pretty good. So I think they might even be in a good position if there are no any other safety cars, virtual safety cars, and meanwhile safety cars in this lap.
Safety car is in this lap, and that is good for Tim. The shorter distance you are behind the safety car, the more aware the drivers in front are going to have on their softer compound of tyres. And will Max Duca's tyres reach the end of the race? I have to say I would disagree with Jim Wong. It all depends on the setup you have. You know, if you have full tyre pressure, if you've gone for an aggressive strategy, Epic's gone already, and his teammates all over the back of him. And he's going to send it in the turn 1. The two Haas drivers, 1 and 2, who would have fought as they go into turn 1, side by side, and there's a bittage! And now Rubinek is gone. The two Haas drivers collide, and Rubinek is the man who has fallen victim to that collision.
And so you're instantly in last position. That's really unfortunate for the Aston Martin driver who was just minding his own business, actually in a really good position
Tim in trouble
for this safety car restart.
Tim's in huge trouble here as he is falling down the order on those hard tyres, not getting them up to temperature, and he's getting passed by these drivers on the softs and the mediums as Bloff sends it into turn, I don't even know, 5 or 6 maybe, and he's side by side with Cine right now, and they're going to be side by side throughout this whole sector too, and Bloff's around the outside, and this is right behind our championship contender, and this is getting very, very feisty as Bloff is going to send it in the final turn of the track, and he is in, as we see McLaren Bennett, and it's helium. But is Tim going to get passed by Bloff? We'll just have to wait and see.
Bloff's already used all his zero rest this lap, so he's not going to get past. Meanwhile, Tim looking at the inside of Daniel, who let Ron past this lap as well into sector 2, and Daniel actually losing a lot of positions now, so I don't know if there's anything wrong with his car or something, but
I feel like Daniel was being very courteous to Tim, and knowing that he's in a championship battle, getting out of his way, which is a very nice thing to do for Tim, and Tim can see his driver that he is racing against just up the road with Artem all over the back of his gearbox.
What Tim should do now is watch the tires, manage your tires, and hope there will not be another VSC or safety car where the guys in front can pit, because their tires will drop off massively. Obviously the soft runners will. Oh, and Blood Sanders on the inside of Daniel, and he's passed in the meantime. That was cool, that was a good send. But like I was saying, the softs obviously still have to pit, the mediums might make it till the end, but they will be very slow at the end, and Tim really has a good chance here if there will not be another virtual safety car or a safety car.
Yeah, we just seen a collision between Philodex and Daniel, and it was very close between them. Obviously Philodex on that safer fast tyre, but didn't manage to get past there. As you can see, Artem all over the backs of Max Duca, but all over the back of him is Aaron on those soft tyres, flying as well. And you can see Cine's gone again. Cine has gone. I don't know what happened. It was on the actual start-finish straight, so I'm not sure. We are watching Artem right now versus Max Duca. Unfortunately, Artem did not get past there. But we will switch to Owen is vibing, who is all over the back of Philodex now.
Actually having a look at Owen, like you said, he's on the mediums, Felix is on the new softs. But it looks like Owen is pretty comfortable, and he's sending it, and oh, he did an Albon Hamilton.
He did.
At least he didn't spin all the way, so he's not losing too many positions, only losing 2 positions.
Can I just swap? Oh, it's a safety car again.
That's a safety.
What happened?
I have no idea actually. I didn't get a message of anyone retiring or something, so...
So, I was flicking between a few drivers as who's in the pits? Ewan is in the pits.
Ewan.
I think that's a good decision from Ewan actually.
He should go to the hards and go to the end.
Yeah.
Maybe the mediums even.
Mediums
can make it.
Yeah. And he goes on to the mediums, and I think that's a very good strategy from Ewan. He's not going to have as much tyre wear as the drivers in front. Of course, going to lose all the way down to P12 from P2. But this has helped Max Duca, but it's also brought Tim back into it. But Tim did not want this on those hard tyres. It's going to help all those medium runners just in front of them.
Yes, and I still think his tires will be better at the end, but that means he needs to keep within a reasonable distance from either Max and Arturo, so yeah, he really needs to get his foot on the throttle after the safety car restart.
Yep, and while we have a safety car, let's have a look at the position changes this race. Artem up 14 positions, our biggest gainer. This man is on fire in the last couple of races that he has raced in. Our other bigger gainers are Bloff up in the P6, so a good race from Bloff as well. We've seen him have a bit of a moment this race, but he is back up on some absolute sends he's made. So hopefully we can see Bloff even rise higher than he is right now. Epic up 4 positions in the P1, but of course Epic does have to pit again, and will we see him in this lap or not? Will Epic stay out? And he does. Epic does stay out, so it's he's banking on a later safety car, or he's banking on getting away from this field. But at the minute, our biggest loser is of course Cine, 13 positions, and Owen is vibing. The boys we've seen at the start of the race fighting tooth and nail with each other, and they've just cost themselves a battle for the win with mistakes or collisions. So that is the running order so far. Of course, we have Epic on 5-lap old softs, needs to pit again. Max Duca and Artem on the medium tyre can go to the end. AA Ron on the sauce, needs to pit again. Tim on the hards, definitely going to go to the end with that. And Bluff on the sauce, which he doesn't have to pit again, but I'm sure he will. Those sauce won't last. But who do you think's in prime position to win this race?
I think it all depends on Tim now, what his pace is going to be on those hards. I think, yeah, the medium tires are really going to be dead at the end. Tim is going to have a pace advantage at the end, but like I said, he needs to stay close to them to be close to make a move. And then we're almost half race, so let's repeat it once again. Max Duca and Tim fighting for the championship here. Tim being 2 points in front of Max, which means he needs to either end up in front of him or be only 1 spot behind him into the top 9 places, unless Max is going to finish second or first, so or third even. So yeah, this is going to be pretty good. And we have the safety car in this lap
already, and that is good for Tim, as the safety car didn't stay out long at all. And we are about to see him get underway again, but we will look and see when is Epic going to go here. Is he going to go early or is he going to go late? He went early last time, and will he go late here? He goes now, and I don't think that was a very good time to go, but we will see. As you can see,
Artem really awake. Is he going to send it down the inside?
Oh!
He's not.
I thought he collision. Oh, is that Artem's gone off?
He's taking it wide. And Bloth, meanwhile, overtaking Tim. Tim having a massive moment of oversteer at the exit of the Senna S's. Is he going to lose another position? Daniel now close to him, but he's using all his ERS and he's staying in front of Daniel, so he's keeping the P5. But yeah, Bloth obviously a really good
yellow flag.
Good overtake on Tim.
Philodix not having a good time again, having a bit of a bin there. But looking at that restart, Artem falling down the order. Not sure what's happened to him. He looks like he's absolutely dead. Does he have wing damage? He has significant wing damage, so that is not good for Artem. He did tap him, yeah. Jim said in chat he did tap him, and he did, and that was very scary for Max Duca. Max Duca holding on. You can see Aaron side by side with Bloff, and Bloff is in the P3. Bloff having an absolute stormer of a race. This man is on fire, and he's going to be choosing.
Absolutely standing it on the top. That's amazing.
Will Aaron get back past? They're both on the soft tire, so they're incredibly fast. And Max Duca's doing a fantastic job of getting away from his teammate here. He's already about 3 seconds ahead.
Meanwhile, Owen getting past Daniel, so Owen is having good pace on those mediums, almost within the second of Tim now, and I think he's going to send it on him next lap. Meanwhile, Ron going around the outside of Bloth, touching wheels, and Bloth down the inside, defending, pushing him on the outside. Aaron actually getting a penalty because of that. And they're still side by side, and now Aaron has to give up the position to Bloth, going into sector 2.
It's getting feisty, but this is crucial for Tim as well, giving him the DRS at the end of the straight with these two battling on those soft tires. But they're also catching Max Duca. Max Duca only 8/10 ahead of Bloth, so the two championship rivals are separated by 2 soft runners. So we may see if these 2 soft runners work together and get past Max Duca, the 2 boys fighting for the championship side by side, possibly, if Tim could just stay in that DRS. And he does this lap. And will we see any moves as we look down the field? You can see Helium and Rubinik having a fight. That's Helium up in the P10.
DRS is now enabled. Ron 4/10 behind Bloth, Bloth 6/10 behind Max Duca. Their exits are better. They have the softer tire. They're both opening DRS, but I think the gaps are too big to send it into turn 4.
Yeah, and this is crucial. Tim has spent all his DRS trying to keep with these soft runners. It's crucial he stays in this DRS, but he's right on the T. He's right there. He's hanging on. I don't know what is going to happen here, as Max Duca is beginning to slow down the soft runners in front. So this is going to help Tim. We'll just have to wait and see. And the final sector here, it's crucial to see where these DRS margins are, as Tim is just so close to it. He needs to have a fantastic exit. He needs to start boosting now. He's a 10th down. He's going to make it. There's a yellow flag set.
Yellow second too. More buckets.
More buckets has
buckets
been
spun.
And does Tim get the DRS? He does. So it's a good job by Tim staying in that DRS, and it's allowing him to stay well away from Owen. And Bluff taking it easy for now, but Max is under significant pressure from Bluff, who will surely have him on the second DRS soon. Overtaking.
He's going for the better exit. Diving into the slipstream, enabling his DRS. Is he going down the inside? He is going down the inside. They're side by side, and Bluff makes the move stick. That's a really good job.
Hold on, Bluff, and Rubinek is coming too. Oh, Aaron, sorry, is coming too. Don't touch him, Aaron. He's got a championship to fight for, and this is so... Anything can happen as Tim is right there. Tim can see his teammate, and we might see our teammates fighting for the championship in these final laps, as these soft runners are going to get past and maybe a shoot down the road from Max.
Yeah, as long as Tim can stay within the DRS train, then I think he has the best shot of winning this race and winning the championship. But while I'm saying that, he's on the verge
he gets there,
of that DRS.
He uses his ERS wisely, and he gets into that DRS. And will we see Aaron getting the DRS on Max Duca? But he's got 0% ERS. He's going to be losing performance on the straights. And Max Duca's coming back at Bluff.
Yeah, these four guys obviously giving a really good race, but what we did not notice is Epic Dusk just completely driving away from these guys. He's already 4.5 seconds in front of them with almost half a battery, so he's in a really good position, although he still has to pit.
I'm watching an absolute ding-dong battle here for P6 and P7 as Ewan and Owen are fighting tooth and nail as well. And Owen gets back in front of Ewan, but they're nearly side by side once again, as getting very feisty. As you can see, all these drivers have used all their ERS. It's incredible. But Tim, the only person
still hanging in there really nicely.
Tim is hanging in there.
I'm going to keep repeating it, but if he can stay here, he has the best papers to win this race and obviously win this championship.
Yes, and Jim says Max is currently on 160 points. Tim only on 157. Tim sees the two cars he needs to overtake right in front of him, and he's staying in that DRS. Will Aaron pits?
On spitting.
And now it's a big job for Tim. He needs to get into that DRS of his teammate, and this is where we're going to have to watch closely, as you can see. This fight for the championship happen. Is he in the DRS of Max? He is in the DRS of Max. And so we also see Epic pitting, but we're going to keep on the battle for the championship, as they're separated by a second between them, and this is getting incredibly exciting for the final bit of this race.
Well, one noticed when Bron was spinning is that he slowed down like 50 meters before the entry line. I mean, he does not want to get a 5-second penalty, obviously, but I think he lost 2 to 3 seconds there because of that slow pit entry. So I don't think he's going to be able to make the gap close anymore on those new medium tires.
Please keep an eye on Max Duca and Tim for me, as I am watching the fight for P4, P5, P6 and P7. These cars are touching tips as they come into the final sector, and there's a big train forming behind Owen here, and Ewan is going to be the first in line to overtake him with the DRS. And can he get past? We will just see as we are moving into this final straight. And has Tim stayed in DRS of Max Duca? Yes, he has.
He has. Max is doing this, Tim is doing this very smart with his DRS, using it to keep within the DRS, but not using it while having his DRS enabled, while Max is using it also. Tim not only has the DRS advantage, but also the ERS advantage now. So as long as he can follow him...
Sorry to interrupt, we might see 3 wide here, going in the turn 2, this collision! Oh, it's a huge collision, and all 3 drivers gone. Helium somehow survives, and you can see complete position changes as Owen and Ewan lose out significantly in that battle, and Helium, very, very forceful, but he's won in that battle. I'm not sure if the shirts have got something to say about that. That was very, very interesting to say the least of what I just witnessed there, but this has allowed Daniel and Rubinek up in the P5 and P6, and yeah. Exciting to say the least, but maybe a bit stupid.
Tim's lap times are super flat. He was just 55 thousandths down to his best lap time so far, so his hearts are really holding on there. While Max is obviously starting to struggle now. I mean, his medium should still be alright, but the laps, it's still 11 laps remaining, so his tires will be 24 laps old at the end, so I cannot wait for those final laps to get there.
Oh, and you can see the teammates nearly touching, and you can see Max Duca's ERS is absolutely gone. The man is in. I'm sure these boys, both of them, are in incredible stress right now. If they were Hayden Gullis, they'd have heart rates of about 190. As we have a yellow flag in sector 2, and who is that? It's more buckets again. More buckets doing what he does best, and maybe he needs
spinning.
More spinning is correct, Weasel. And we still watching this absolute ding dong battle in P5, P6, and P7 as these drivers cannot be separated. And Daniel is now ahead of the straight as Helium's got away, and can Ewan get back after that 3-3 and chase down the man that may have caused the collision, as Daniel's all over the show. And Ewan's going to be right on the back here of Daniel and maybe make a move, and it's getting feisty. And they do touch.
Meanwhile, Max Duca has closed the gap to Blood. They're now half a second separated by each other, and I think Bloodstoffs are really starting to struggle. He's trying to break the toe, break the slipstream, and he's weaving on the straight, but he's still keeping Max behind. And this actually is only in the favor of Tim, because he can close the gap now to Max again.
McLaren Ed says, but Bluff is a back marker usually, and Bluff has proven his arch rival McLaren lad, who is watching, completely wrong, and he's sticking it to him as Bluff may be the king of this race if he can just hold on for 10 more laps, but we don't think that's going to happen as he is starting to really struggle. And we will swap to Tim, and this is the crucial laps of the championship. What can these drivers do? Max Duca needs to get past Bluff right now, as Tim is going to see the DRS open, and he's going to see Max's DRS open, and he's going to need to get past Bluff as well. And will Bluff dive into the pits? He does! And that opens for the first and second to fight for the championship and for the win of this race.
You cannot imagine this. This is perfect. How it's like written. It's perfect. Bluff had a 22-second gap to run before entering the pit, so he might get up in front of that and have clean air then. So his new medium tires should get to work perfectly. While Tim's still hanging in there into the DRS, into the slipstream of Max, who has used all his ERS, while Tim is on a comfortable 40%. Oh, Tim really doing a good job here to send it in a few laps and might even take the win of this race.
He needs to win the championship, and I am getting goosebumps for this last bit of this race. You couldn't write this stuff. The two teammates, first and second in the championship, first and second in the race, fighting for the championship. They've already won constructors out of the window. It's all about battling, and Max Duca is in serious trouble as he has no ERS, and the man behind him's got 62%. And what we see him moving the final straight here, I think we will
Max
lose
once
him.
again using all his ERS while Tim is just comfortably saving it. I wonder if these guys are in oh, is Max? Oh no, he wasn't lifting. I thought Max was going to let Tim pass to just try and follow him, but Tim now 60% of ERS, Max completely empty on the better tires almost, I would say. So
oh, he's going to make a move. This is for the championship. They're side by side.
Tim is playing this smart, not taking any risk, knowing his tires will only get better from this moment onwards. Oh, this is a battle. This is such a great battle to decide who is going to be the champion of PPR Esports Tier 4.
And just down the further grid, we're not watching it right now, but we will take note of Epic Dusk getting back up in the P5 on those new medium tires, and Epic might come back later in this race to maybe spoil the party. There is still 8 laps to go, and we don't even know what's going to happen. A late safety car could ruin all this drama, but we will see as Tim has another fight, another shot as Max Duca. You can see his teammates' red lights already blinking once again, and we'll wait until the second DRS zone, but I think this is a sure move, and Jim Wong says that is a given.
I don't know what happened between Daniel and Rubenek a few moments ago, but Loth literally just gained 2 seconds on them in a matter of seconds.
Sorry to interrupt.
Tim going
yes.
for the move. He's on the outside. Is he completely past? He is
does
completely
it!
past, and it's now Tim in the lead.
And we will switch now to Max Duca, the man who was defending, now having to be the attacker. And he has a significant job to try and get past him. There's still 7 laps to go, but has he seen his championship disappear? He seems to be hanging onto the back of him. And I don't know what's going to happen, but now he will be the one who can save the RS. I wouldn't use the RS for the next lap or two. I would save it all up. And let's see, as Tim still 33%. They're nearly equal on ERS now, and they couldn't be any closer on track.
Yeah, I'm really sorry for all the other guys driving. They're doing an amazing job and they deserve more attention. But this is for the championship. It's now Max Duca within the DRS range of Tim, and he is he trying to send it? He is not. He's out of ERS, so he cannot use that. He might try to make a move. Ooh, Tim going a bit wide, so that compromised his exit. Did they touch?
I think they touch a little bit, and now Max Duca's gonna run on Tim. Will he send it? Will he not? He doesn't send it for now. Oh, Tim's gone deep! And Max Duca doesn't make the move, but Tim is under significant pressure. The both of them are, and they have to be both incredibly proud of how they've conducted themselves in Tier 4. And hopefully no commentator's curse, but if there's no contact between them, I think they're both winners in my eyes, but only one can be championship winner of the season. And oh, it's so tight at the end. This is a Max Verstappen, Lewis Hamilton fight. Which one is which? Which one's going to win the championship? Will we see a late safety car? We just don't know. We don't know. But Tim going to be under pressure once again from the DRS of Max Duca. Max Duca starting to boost. Max Duca priming for a move, as we can see Tim flashing for the first time in this race. And what will happen? Will Max Duca send it as Tim covers the inside? Max Duca setting up for the second DRS zone. Takes a wide line, comes back in, and they're so close together.
I don't know this. It's way too close. I mean, anything could happen from now on. Obviously, Tim is in front in the championship, so Max has to take more
Max has
risk.
sent it!
He's going!
And they touch!
Oh,
and Tim has been pushed off the track. And we've seen a reenactment of Max Verstappen and Lewis Hamilton in Brazil, where they both go deep into the corner and Tim is pushed off the track. Max stays on the track, and we will see them battle once again in the next lap. We will have a look and see Cine, as we take a quick break from the lead, see Cine get past I know a guy, and but we go back as there is no other close battles on track right now, and we will watch this happen all again in the next lap as Tim has all that ERS again, and Ark says it's motor racing Toto, and that's what we want to see. We want to see fighting, we want to see touching, we want to see everything. And we want to see a good fight to the end of this race. And Max Duca.
They were both burning their ERS, and now it's Tim going for the lead again, giving Max the DRS into the back straight. But is he going to get a good exit from the center as he has? And he's putting a small gap. It's only 4:10. So
Max Duca's going to get DRS back on Tim, and will he go back for the move again? They're both blinking. They've both got absolutely nothing left. All they've got. Oh, there's a squirm from Tim, and oh. I don't know. I don't know what to say, Weasel. Just same. I hope you're holding my hand, and I hope they're going to hold each other's hand for the rest of the race, because they need each other's support, because they need each other's. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore, but they just need each other, just to not bin each other, and let's have a good race to the end of the race. We have a yellow in sector 1, and it is the fabled Philotics. Will we see a safety car? I don't think we will.
Nope. No, he's still driving. He only lost his left front wing end plate, so he is going to box, but there will not be a safety car or a virtual safety car. They are back on the start finish straight. Tim using his ERS. I just pressed the wrong button. Max almost out of ERS, but he has the DRS. I don't think he's going to send it into turn 1. He's going to gas for the second straight as well here into the center S's. Both getting a really good exit, and oh, I cannot watch this.
There's a McLaren coming up behind these two. There's a McLaren coming up behind these two, and so is Epic on those fresh mediums. We're going to see 4 cars battling for the win of this race at the end of this race in the last 3 laps, and we don't see a move this lap. But these two fighting for the championship, Helium, we're on board with him. He's seeing these two right in front of him, and what is he going to do? Will we see a reserve driver change this championship? Will we see Ewan?
Once we cross the finish line, there are only 3 laps of races remaining, which means 6 more attempts to overtake. And I literally, if I had any money to spare, I would not know on who I have to put it right now.
I would definitely put on Epic Dusk winning this race. It is a big call, but I do see it happening as the drivers in front of them all have older tyres. The man's in DRS, all these 3, and it now is a 4-horse race for the win of this championship. And will Max Duca make a move on Tim? Tim being able to hold him back. Will Helium decide to grow big balls and make moves on these championship fight, or will he stay behind with the man in the Haas coming in behind as well? We will see. Back on board with Helium as Helium's coming, and he's got a good run on Max Duca, but he doesn't send it, and no one sends it this lap.
Oh, I can't hold it anymore. This is too intense. This is what a championship battle in the end should look like, and I'm really curious what Helium's going to do to interfere this battle. Obviously Tim now in the best way. If Helium can interfere with Max, then I think Tim has the championship in his pocket.
He does, but he just cannot break that DRS zone. They're all 4 drivers are within a second of each other, and we're going to stay on board with Helium because this is the best view on track right now. Oh no! Max hasn't won. This is going to open the door for Helium. This is surely going to open the door for Helium. He's going to make a move. And this is going to allow Tim to get away. And I think this is over for Max Duca because Epic is also passing in. Oh, I've been so
just lost 2 positions because of a massive moment of oversteer.
Sorry.
Come back, he is.
Sorry boys, I was so excited to press the wrong button. You didn't see that, but Max Duca, P4, and you can see Helium's moving into the lead of the race. And Epic is coming as well. And Max runs wide. And Max is nearly gone. Tim should let Epic pass. I don't know what he should do.
I shouldn't take any risk anymore. Just make sure you finish up in front of Max to get the championship win. If Max and Tim switch positions, Max will win the championship by 1 point. So Tim cannot let that happen. And only one more opportunity for overtaking. 2 more opportunities for overtaking left, I think. So are you ready? Are you ready, Davey?
I don't know if I am or not. I'm losing my voice, and Tim does get the DRS from Helium. That is crucial, but Epic has got such a better exit, and we're going to see Epic get past Tim here for P2. He goes to the outside, and Tim...
You should let him go. You should let him go. Max is 2 seconds.
He does. He does.
He basically has the championship now.
He does. It's the final lap of the race, and Tim has us in the bag. No mistakes now, as Helium gets a penalty, and this could be his first race win. Epic Dusk. It's going to be insane. I'm so proud of him, as all Tim needs to do is keep it on track. Max Duca has fallen off the pace.
26 laps old hard.
Yellow sector 1.
It's the final lap, so we are not going to have any virtual safety car. The guys are going to keep racing until the end. We only have a few corners left within this championship. I think the championship is done.
You think so too? But I'm sure Tim's heart is beating as fast as his car's going right now. And Epic Dusk, all he needs to do is stay behind Helium for his first win of the championship and the winner of the Brazil Grand Prix. But in the podium position in 3rd place, as we're going to come across the line, Tim, F140, you're going to be the championship of Tier 4. You're going to be the winner. And Max Duca is only going to be good enough for P2. And it's Epic who wins it. Tim 2nd. Will Max Duca finish P3? He does not. Helium P3. And Bluff in the P5 with a good result from Bluff, with a lot of pit stops there. Ewan P6, Daniel P7, AA Ron doing his best cutting example in P8. Artem P7 jumps up after penalties, but he could have been up there if he didn't have issues. And what a race, Weasel. What a championship.
What a race. What a championship decider. We must not forget that Tim was on P7 at the start while Max was on P3, and I don't know, Tim, his strategy probably made it right here, but congrats to him, massive congratulations to him, actually to all drivers for making this an epic season.
Absolutely, an epic season, and I have to say that's been the theme of all Tier 4 races. Chaos, drama, excitement. Every single race these guys have brought us fantastic racing. Every single driver on the grid has played a part in that. And we think back to Monaco, where Wedge Neon had a low fuel mode and Max Duca had a collision with the wall, and there was a fight for the P1 there, and just every race something like that happened. Late safety cars, Jimi Hendrix was going to win in Japan. Late safety car or collision under the restart of the safety car caused havoc. There's so many highlights of the season, but Tim, the man, Mr. Consistent, he told me at the start of this, before the race started, he said, if I win this championship, it's because I'm Mr. Consistent. Max Duca, of course, Mr. Pace, but it seems that consistency wins over pace in this Tier 4 championship, and I hope you all enjoyed that, as McLaren lad is giving it big ups to Tim, and I think he deserves it.
He definitely does. All these driver does. I think, obviously the two Alfa Romeos championship-wise made the day, they made the season. But yeah, thanks to every single one of the drivers. I've seen the standing sheet. I see 50 drivers have competed in this championship, which is just amazing. A big variety of drivers, so it's beautiful.
It is beautiful, and thank you for commentating that exciting race as well. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did.
Thank you for having me. I most certainly did. I think there was no better race to do this as this one. No, so thanks.
No. We will move into, of course, interviewing Max Duca and Tim, and maybe Epic as well, for his first race win. But if you give us a couple of minutes, we will be right back with a few interviews there. What a race. Hello guys, and welcome back to the interview room for the final time this season, which is incredibly sad because if you weren't excited throughout the season, which I had no idea if you were, with all the insane races we've had, Monaco, Japan, everything, these drivers have put on such a show for us. And this final race, you can hear by my voice, tense to the end, actually a better finish to the championship than IRL. it was that dramatic, as you can see, that both Alfa Romeos were fighting in the final laps for the win of that race, with, of course, Epic and Helium coming through at the end to create even more drama. We've had collisions, we've had everything this season. But first of all, we have to start with our championship winner. Tim, how does it feel?
Oh, absolutely. I hope you hear me.
Yes, we hear you, yes.
Good. I hope the telephone.
Say it again. Sorry, you broke up there.
I'm in over the telephone.
Oh, yes, we can hear you now. Yes, he is giving us a phone call. He's probably already away celebrating at a party or something. That's why he's giving us a wee phone call. Yeah, no, how does it feel, Tim?
Oh, a bit unreal. I had one chance and I took it, which is to go to the hard tires. I was struggling at the beginning. Maybe one or two of the new guys were not quite aware who was fighting for the championship, but I was very lucky. I had a moment where I was 90 degrees to the track, but my front wing was not damaged. Only the tires were warmed up a bit. So then as soon as I went to the white, I knew my chance would come to the end, and it did.
Yeah, and we thought it was all over for you at the start there when you did have that moment. We did capture it on stream. Luckily enough, your wing survived, and in that, your championship hopes as well. We thought you'd made a mistake, of course, the safety car coming out. I actually thought you'd stopped on track, but you still managed to get only 3 places behind your teammate, so I'm sure that was a relief. And then just talk us through those last stages of the race. How were you feeling? Of course, fighting with your teammate for the win of the championship, and of course keeping it clean, both of you. It's very commendable to see. So if you want to do a few words of how you felt in those last laps.
The thing about clean driving was never an issue, not between Max and me. We've known each other a long time, and as soon as the others pitted again and I was within the DRS window, I said, hearable to no one but to myself, "Ciao, bello," because it was so beautiful. I thought I could go away maybe on the whites, but I couldn't. I mean the hards. And then when the other two came, I just wanted it to be as quick and painless as possible, and it was, fortunately. And then I think in the last 2 laps, Max's tires gave way. I mean, mine were already over 50% that I was on the hard, so I cannot imagine where his were.
Yeah, we will find that out when we interview Max as well. But you've had a great season, Tim. Was this right up there with your favourite race of the season?
Oh, yes. A bit of a shame that I only managed 1 win, but at least I got that one right in Bahrain. So that was nice. But first of all, congrats to Max. I mean, I knew him since 2018 when I was still driving F1 2017 on keyboard. And I remember the first race I drove with him, he was 4 seconds a lap faster. And I was thinking, this man is a god. And then we met again in F1 2020 and did the last AME season together. And now this. We also did a co-op career partly in F1 2021. So, grazie mille, ragazzo. Foi un buon campionato. Scusa, però grazie mille.
Oh, it's fantastic.
It's been a long journey together, and I'm very happy you won this. You deserved this win. And it's impossible we both win, so I'm happy like I won it.
Yeah, that's lovely to see that, you as teammates together are so close together and, on track and off the track as well. So it's lovely to see. But yeah, congratulations, Tim. Go and enjoy your win. Of course, you've put a lot of hard work into it. And you won constructors as well, of course. So that's not to be frowned at as well. So fantastic job, Tim. But we will move on to your teammate now. Max, commiserations. You were 2 points off Tim for the title. It looked like you had the upper hand in qualifying, but it looked like safety cars and other incidences, fighting with drivers around you on track has brought your teammate back into the contention. And then of course you've seen the medium tires start to drop off at the end. Was that the case?
Yes, I think it was a quite good race for me. I didn't have a great pace towards the other in front at the beginning. The key was the safety car, I guess, because the two safety cars, because I used to underfuel the car, but not too much because I don't count safety cars. So the two safety cars gave me a lot of fuel more than needed, and that probably damaged my tire wear. So I think it was good pitting at lap 10 for mediums, but in the end they were above about 65% wear, and I had a moment in the penultimate lap at the exit of the last corner, and so I lost the chance to take the DRS on the last lap, and that was gone. But I knew it was difficult here in Brazil fighting with Tim. It's a very strong track for him. I probably lost the championship in the last two races, probably Austria. Austria is usually is a great track for me, and you saw what happened last week. So a bit of unfortune and also my mistakes. That's it. Championship. I'm quite satisfied about my championship because I took some wins. I did good races. Like one of my favorite of this season was Baku, starting last and managing to get second behind Wedge, which was he was a driver of another class instead. In fact, he went to tier two. Also managing to beat him in Monaco is a great satisfaction. And the fight with Tim were fantastic throughout all the season. So many congrats to him. He deserves this title. He's very solid, also mentally. He firmly believes till the end in the chances he has. We are happy. We won also the constructor championship. We dominated this season also, but in the last races, many fast drivers join us. So I think if we will be again in tier four next season, we will have many more competitors, and probably we won't be dominating the tier again. I hope I'll have other chances in the future to win the championship, but I don't know.
Yeah, well, no, I would hope to see you in tier 3. I don't know if I'll be in tier 3 next season, but you surely have. Both you and Tim have really. You should be really proud of yourselves. To be honest with you, you've dominated tier 4. You've worked really well together, and you've had the best championship battle I've ever seen in F1. So you can be really proud of yourselves, and thank yous for producing such incredible tight knit racing. Because that's what PPR loves. And I'm sure we'll hopefully see you back next season again, where you can do it all again, maybe even in tier 3. So we'll just have to wait and see. But yes, thank you, Max, and thank you, Tim, for entertaining us. And I hope you can both enjoy, first and second, because you've won as a team. But yeah, thank you very much. And we will move on to our first race winner, which is Epic. Fantastic result, and I'll let Weasel, who has been silent for a while now, to take that wee interview there.
Actually, sorry, Epic. Can I ask Max and Tim one more question? I mean, I know their teammates, they've had a lot of time now, I know, but they deserve more, I think. They're obviously teammates, they have had the battle until the last laps. Can I ask you guys, were you in a Discord call together or in a call? And how was... well, obviously, you already said you're both friends, you race clean, you know how to race each other, but were there any nerves in you guys, within the teammates or within even friends of you, which was like, okay, this is my strategy now, and I'm going to not think about his tires and stuff like that and just completely race? Or was there any discussion between you during the race about the results or about strategies?
No, we were not in Discord together. We usually don't do that. We talked about some strategies before the race, but that's it. Only this.
Okay, that makes this even better. Thank you, guys. Thank you for the epic race and the epic championship battle. So yeah, Let's head.
Thank you for commenting this tier. Devi did a great job, and thank you to join for the last race.
Thanks very much.
No problem. Thank you, guys. Epic, our race winner. Well, let's start with you now. How does it feel? It's your first race, I see. First race win. First one's always special. Tell us how it feels for you and how the final laps were when you got up to the 2 championship contenders.
It was amazing. I had so much adrenaline during those final laps, especially on that final one. I knew he had a 3-second penalty ahead, so I just had to stay behind him in a nice gap. And the Alfa Romeo's fighting really helped me, considering I probably ruined my strategy, but a good fight back from P9, I believe, is where I came out to P1. So yeah, really enjoyed that one.
Yeah, you're saying about ruining your strategy, but in the end, both Dave and I saw you on way fresher mediums than the rest. So, do you think that helped at the end to overtake both alphas and stay within a close gap of helium?
Certainly. I think I had the freshest tyres out of us four, and all I needed to do was, I knew the Max had pit really early, Tim also quite early, and Helium might have been a bit before me. But all I knew is I could easily take the Alphas. I just had to stay behind Helium, and yeah, I guess it ended well. I guess I wasn't happy with the safety cars coming out when they did, as it kind of ruined the second stop. But yeah, it ended well in the end.
Yeah, in the end, you made it work, even though you're saying your strategy wasn't that good. So, congratulations from us on this race win. I think closing off this season with a win must give you confidence for maybe a possible next season, wherever that might be.
Yeah, definitely. Going into next season with the momentum we have, could definitely prove good for us.
And can I just ask you, Epic? Obviously, was that your first league racing season?
Pardon?
Was that your first ever league race season?
Yes.
Yeah. So you've done something that it took me 3 seasons to do in your final race. So I'm sure you've got a good future ahead of you. And if you keep going, I've seen loads. Like, you've been probably the most improved driver I've seen on the grid. So if you keep going, you rounded off the season with a win. I'm sure you'll be winning more next season. But great job again.
Thank you.
And yeah, we'll move on to our second place. Weasel, do you want to take Helium's interview there?
I think Helium must be 3, right? Because of the penalty.
Oh, correct.
Yeah, Helium. Obviously a very good race for him as well. Also for you ended up tangling with the championship contenders, closing up into the final laps. How were those final laps for you, and how did you manage to actually got track position over all of them, but unfortunately lose because of those penalties?
So, if I'm being extremely honest, I didn't know there was a championship battle going on because I didn't exactly see anything during the chats. I just went into the race and did it. But in the end, obviously, on seeing the chat, I got to know that there was a championship battle. So, to Tim and Max, I'm really sorry about that. I had no idea.
Well, to be fair, you did nothing wrong, so.
I mean,
no
I had
comments
Epic
on
behind
that.
me coming very quickly with his fresh medium, so I thought I have to keep some cars behind me, but I didn't know that those cars were fighting for the championship. So as for the race, I think that penalty I did get, but it might be a game glitch. Well, we'll see that with the stewards when the reports come and all. But congratulations to Tim for the championship, and congrats to Epic for the race.
Yeah, that's really nice. Obviously, you can get and try to get the 3 seconds removed if you think it's a game glitch. But yeah, not being able to pull the 3-second gap puts you in this position. Where do you think you could have done better this race to maybe even be 3 seconds in front of them, or was this like your true pace and this is it, and you're happy with your performance for now?
I think I could have if I had done it a few laps ago. I was just sitting behind them because I was waiting for my battery to charge up because I used it all to get to them. They were fighting a lot, so that helped me also, but still I used all of my battery, so I was recharging it behind both of them. If I had done it before, maybe I would have been able to get the gap because they were obviously fighting a lot and losing a lot of seconds. As you could see, Epic came in behind us very quickly in like 3 or 4 laps. So maybe I would have, but it doesn't really matter. I'll see what happens with the stewards. I'm just happy I was able to race first race in PPR.
Yeah, I'm seeing now this is your second start in PPR Tier 4 and only your first race that you finish, and so that actually means you have 100% podium rate in this tier.
Yeah.
Being on the podium here, does that mean you are going to continue staying with PPR for next seasons? Maybe driving in this tier or maybe a tier up? And are you looking forward to that?
Yes, of course. I am very free as of now. College student just ending everything. I'm pretty free, so I will be looking forward to next season. Hopefully, in the above tier or even in this tier is great. The fighting is great. Great respect between drivers. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
Okay, cool. Well, thank you for now, and good luck into the next season and the future.
Yes, thank you, Helium. And now we have fan favourite Bluff coming in after quite an eventful race. Bluff. Quite a bit of spinning, quite a lot of contact, but also some absolute sends that we did capture on screen. How would you rate your race overall?
Oh, I don't know. The qualifying was bad because I didn't want to go out onto the mediums, tried to warm them, and we're not going to talk about what happened next. Then come race, I think I was the only one really on mediums, so I wanted to really get the strategy working. But unfortunately, the safety car came out, so I had to do a 2-stop then. So stop twice onto the softs. I really wanted for the first set of softs to have another safety car, but it didn't really happen. So I had to pit mid race. So that promoted me all the way back to P9, and then I had to fight my back up. Yeah, overall enjoyable race. I had some contact with Eduard, I think it was. We've talked a bit in chat. I can agree that he squeezed me, but then come the corner, he just completely shunted into me, and that made me spun as well. Then another spin. Just looked at the telemetry a bit too long, and then just wrong throttle input. But overall, enjoyable race, great moves. It was definitely one a more fun race.
That's good. And we thought you were in a very, very good position. Of course, Artem was behind you, and he looked incredibly fast. But you on the medium tires were in front of him in P9 at the start, and you did just lose it there. But it was a fantastic drive to get back up, and using that aggressive strategy of 2-stop, onto those soft tires. Was there a battle that you liked the most?
Definitely, I think the battle with Pondweed was nice right at the beginning, but that I think still was with the mediums whilst he was on the softs. Also, the second safety car restart where I think I overtook Tim or Max, I don't know who it was, around the outside. That was pretty nice. And overall, I think every battle I had so far or in this race was really not any dive bombs, but really just around the outside action. If you ask me now, I can't really pick. But I'd say probably the sequence with Pondweed was the most fun.
Yeah, and final question is, of course, you were up there at the end fighting with the Alfa Romeo guys. Were you scared that something was going to happen with touches or anything, or did you think these guys are good racers and you?
Not really, because I did overtake, I think Max it was, and the safety car reset, and I think Tim was behind him. And then I always watched the gap, and it came down to, I think, lap 23, 24, 25, and I just thought, okay, I really need a safety car now because I can't make the softs, last to the end. And I noticed that out of turn 12, the only real turn, I think, I always gained like 2 or 3 tenths. So I thought, okay, as long as I can keep the gap above 1 second, so that Max isn't in my DRS window, I'll just go for it. Because I did see that on the MFD, the expected, where you get out of the pits dropped from 11th to 9th place. So I don't know how I made an overcut work in Brazil, but apparently I did.
Yeah.
And but then it was just time. I saw that Max had the DRS, and I just thought, okay, now it's the perfect time to pit. I won't interfere in the title fight, so no, I wasn't really worried at all. It kind of played into my strategy as well.
Yeah, we seen you dive into the pits at the end there, but no, fantastic race, Bluff. I think you were, well, at least my driver of the day with the amount of dive bombs you made there. But good moves as well, and unfortunate maybe if you didn't have the 2 spins, you maybe even you had the pace to win the race with your strategy. But no, good. And will we see you next season again for PPR?
Most likely, yeah. I mean, I'm leading all of this, so I have to be present somewhere. But yeah, I just love driving, and just overall the love for racing has been reignited this season because new setup, I can properly play now, not on like 25 to 30 FPS, so it's not choppy anymore. I can finally show my true pace, and ever since Monaco, I'm just hooked again.
Yeah. Because I remember we used to play together all the time, me and Handy in Tier 4, and we had good battles, back when even you didn't have a good setup. So with the new setup, I'm sure I'll be sick. And will we see Handy come back, or do you think that's a no?
Well, I mean, with Handy, it depends if Mackey's decides to give him some time off work so he can actually race, because his manager always puts him into work on Thursdays.
Oh.
So, of course, Tier 4 is not really available for him. We'll see what we can do for next season.
Yeah. But thank you very much for Bluff for all the roles you do in PPR and keeping Tier 4 running and all the input you do to it's really good work, and especially succeeding at your driving as well. It's really nice to see. So thanks for everything, Bluff.
Thank you.
And then finally we have a man who's been very patient waiting for his interview. We have Daniel, and if Weasel, you want to take that one away.
Yeah, well, P8 finisher Daniel. I'm a Mercedes driver. Obviously, we've watched you as well. I saw after the safety car restart, you were quite struggling with your car. I mean, your pace was strong, but you lost a few positions after the safety car restart. Can you tell us how that happened?
Yeah, my car from soft mediums. That's what I was at the end of the race.
I have a really hard time hearing you. You sound really...
Oh, sorry, I will change the microphone.
Oh, yeah, that's better. Thank you. You there?
I think he's changing his microphone, but yeah. Well, Daniel had a decent race. We've seen Daniel, up and down this season. He's had quite a few incidents. But it's nice to see, he is still finishing in the points, and I don't know if... Do you have your new mic, Daniel, ready to go?
Sorry, can you repeat the question?
Oh yeah, go ahead, Weasel.
Yeah, so obviously you've had a strong pace today, but we saw you losing some positions after the safety cars.
Yeah, because I just pitted once for mediums on the first safety car. That's why I was slow at the end of the race, because my tire was about 60% used. That's why I couldn't keep the grip on the track. But still, it went well, I guess. Not bad for the... Well, actually, I wanted to thank you all for this season, and especially Mark Yannick, who gave me the opportunity to race as the full-time driver, because I started as a reserve driver first, and then after a few races I get the seat in Mercedes. So I'm really grateful for it, and it was a really great season for me, a good experience, because it's my first season in competitive leagues as well. So I was really happy with playing with you guys every week. So thank you again.
Yeah, I mean, those are really nice words to hear. Obviously, we want to give everyone as good time as possible. So does that mean we can expect you next year in another league or in another season as well?
Of course, I hope so. I hope so. I will be here with you next season, and I'm looking forward to it.
That's great news.
That's good to hear, exactly.
Yeah, Daniel, we've seen you in quite a few races, and you know, it has been a bit up and down. You've been involved in quite a few, you know, incidents. Do you think you've gained the experience next season to maybe push on a bit and maybe even contest for a title next season?
I don't know if I can contest for the title, but I think I can get some more points than this season. Hopefully, we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, but no, thanks for taking part in the season. And Tier, you were part of the reason. You know, all the drivers in Tier 4 were incredibly good, and they all, you know, really fought well. There's a few incidents that obviously we've seen throughout the season, but what Tier did we not see any incidents happen? But no,
Yeah.
I like to thank all the drivers again for putting on a great show. And I think I'll end that. And as PPR European season as a whole to the end, and each tier, bar maybe one, was incredibly good, and I'm excited to see what happens next season and where everyone's going to be. But for now, for me, it was fun commentating. Whether or not I'll be back commentating the next season, we'll see. But from Weasel as well, have you got any last words to say?
No, I just want to thank every driver, thank the staff, everyone actually involved within PPR, of course our viewers as well. I've had an amazing season driving Tier 3. I've loved the community in PPR itself, and I actually cannot wait until the next season starts. So everyone stay tuned, great stuff is coming soon, and thanks once again for having me here, Davey. And yeah, that's it actually. The end, and thanks everyone again for watching, and we'll see you next season sometime early next year. So yeah, enjoy your Christmas break, and have a nice holiday. Peace.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.